Hey there, this is Hasnen here, and this video we're gonna design this beautiful login screen right away. I'm sorry I'm doing this video so late because I was out with my friends and because of all the stuff. So in this tutorial we're gonna design this beautiful login screen. So basically we'll be focusing on the CSS in this tutorial, and let's dive inside it. Okay, so I'm ready with my project. First of all, we're gonna work with the home2.html file, and I have removed the header part because I'm going to create a login screen, and most of the app don't have the header part of the login screen, and it will look more beautiful if we remove the header part right in the app. So first of all, what we're gonna do is we're gonna create some heading first, and inside that we'll be telling about the tagline of that company or the app name, and then the two text box and one button, and we'll be telling the user that if you have forgot the password, just get it here, or if you don't want to log in with or you don't want to create an account, you can log in or sign up with a Facebook right away. And we're going to create that beautiful background with the help of linear gradient property of CSS. So first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to create the text first. So we'll be using some H1 or H2 tag to create that trending codes. So let's get started. First of all, don't forget to mention this attribute, the text center, because we will be centering all the text of our application. So if you tell that Ion content to be text center, then all those text which you're going to put inside your Ion content will be centered automatically. You don't need to take care of that. So once you do that, we're going to create one division, and inside the division we're going to add the class, and that is div, and we're gonna create the class inside that, and the class will be bg. Okay, now we created one background, or now as you can see over here, our background is somewhat like linear gradient property. Now what I will do is I'll just go ahead and save this, and so it will be showing nothing to me because I'm going to remove all the stuff. So it is blank right now, it's totally white. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create that background, and right inside the home page.bg. now inside that we're going to write some codes about the linear gradient property and all those stuff. So first of all, we're going to mention the height. Okay, and to mention the height, I guess 100%, and width should be of 100%. Cool. Now we're gonna create the background. So the background should be linear gradient, one of my favorite. And inside that I'm going to use 160 degree. Now it's up to you, you can change it by yourself, and I'm going to use the color that is hash b6 sorry, it's b6 2 7f2 7f2, and this color is going to occupy 30% of my screen. Okay, now the another color, I guess it was something green. I have not noted down that color, so I'm going to add it from here. It was something like this, maybe. Okay, let's save and go ahead and check that it was the same color or not. I guess it was the same color, like 10D or something. Somewhat different. It is not the perfect one. I'll just tell you. Okay, I got the color that is 10DFC8, and it should be covering 70% of my screen. So this is all about our background. Now inside the background, we're gonna create some headings as a tagline of the company or the app name. So we are done with our background. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna create the header, okay, and for that we're gonna create one division. So for that, inside the background class, we're gonna create one more division, and inside that division we're gonna create the head class. So div class equals to head, okay, and inside that I'm gonna say that there should be a text that should be center. So text center, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and save that. Now inside that I'm going to create the h1, and I'm going to say that trending codes, okay. Now I'm gonna go ahead and create a tagline for my trending codes app. So I'll be telling that sharing knowledge and sharing knowledge sharing knowledge. What was that? Sharing happiness, okay. Sharing happiness, okay, cool. Now that's all about the head class. Let's go ahead and check. So as you can see over here, our text is centered, but our background is having some padding from the top, or the margin from the top. It's because of the text which you have added, but we're gonna fix that inside our home.scss file. So here we're gonna create our head class, okay, and inside the head class what we're gonna do is we're gonna fix that, like we're gonna set our position to be absolute. So position to be absolute, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and save that, and I'm going to say that it should be displayed block, so that when I just do something, it will be taking whole division at a time. So color of my text should be white. So let's go ahead and check that. It's almost fixed. See, there is no margin right over here, right? Now see, there is no margin left over here. So what we're gonna do is now I'm going to set these trending codes to be somewhat down, 20% from the top, and it should be 50% from the left. So I'll be telling my trending codes as top, it should be somewhat 20%, okay, and from left it should be 50%. So it will be perfectly centered on each and every screen, okay. And I'm going to transform translate my x to 50 and y to 50, x to minus 50% and y to minus 50%. So it will be perfectly centered, okay. Now what we're gonna do is I'm going to set the width of this head to be 100%. Because of some reason I have set this width to the 100%. Let's go ahead and see why I need to set that width as 100%, okay. I removed that, right? Okay, it's blinking. Come on. Okay, see, now this is the reason why I need to take the head class as width to set as 100%. Now this is the reason all the content are wrapped. Now you have another option that content wrap. No, it's wrap. Something there is one property of CSS that is okay. What wrap? No wrap. Something like that. Okay, let it be. Over here you can use one property that is like word wrap or no wrap. Something is like that. I don't remember that property. But instead of that, you can use width. And you can set this width to the 100%, so it will be taking the 100% of your screen, and your text will be not wrapped anymore. See, bam, it's working. Right now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna give some styles to our H1 tag right over here. So we will be changing some colors, not colors. We'll be changing the font size as well the style of the fonts. So to do that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna target the H1 inside the head. So head H1, and inside that we're gonna increase the font size of my F1 to 7 view height. So it will be equal to the all. I'm sorry, it will be equal to the all device, and I'll make a note that of that you're gonna use the important, because you need to override the CSS which is written inside the style.css of our Ionic by default for H1 tag. So to override that, you should use important. Okay, and the font size is up now 7 view height, and now we're gonna tell the font weight. I'm sorry, it should be inside the font H1 font weight. It should be lighter. Okay, now you should override all this one also. So you're gonna use important right over here too. Now inside the font weight, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna change the font family of my H1. So I'm going to use the font family that is cursive. Oh, sorry. That is cursive. Where is that? Maybe this is gonna work or not, I don't know. Let's check. Yeah, this is going to work, but this was not my phone in the demo app which I have shown you on the starting of this video. So here, if you want to use the same app which I have same phones I'm sorry, if you want to use the same phones which I have used in my application, you should be you should get that fonts from the fonts.googleapis.com. okay, you can get the Google app, Google Fonts from the web, and I'm going to use this one. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and paste this, and it should be in the single quotes, and it should be of type cursive. Okay, now this will be changed. Now what we'll do is we're gonna target this one, the share knowledge and share happiness, sharing knowledge and sharing happiness. Okay, so to do that, something went wrong in the H1 tag. This was not a font before. So let's go ahead and check what's the problem. Pacifico cursive. Okay, let's check that it's going to integrate or not. Okay, the problem is I'm importing right from the URL, and right now I'm not having the internet, so it is not. Yeah, now it's working. This was the same font which I was looking for. Now we're gonna target the tagline of this one, because it's not properly centered, and it's not looking perfect. It is something weird type of that. So we're gonna create the head, and inside that we're gonna target the H5, and inside the H5 we're gonna set some properties like font family. That is should be of type Apple system. Okay, now I'm going to say that it should take a padding from the top of something 2 pixels. It should have some gap. Okay, now it should be having a font weight of like 200 and font size of I guess 2VH. That is perfect for that. Okay, now we are done with the heading part and the tagline of our app. Now after that, what we're gonna create, or what we're gonna make is we're gonna directly design the inputs. That is 2 text box and 1 button. Now for that I'm going to create one class which will be telling that input. So the name of that class is input, okay, or inputs, whatever. Now inside that I'm going to ion item, and ion item will be holding 2 labels and input buttons. So ion label, and I'll be telling email. It will be holding as an email, and another one is ion input. That is our text box, and it should be of type text because it is email. It should be of type text, correct? Yeah. Okay. Now I'm gonna go ahead and copy and paste the same thing for my password. That is ion item, but the difference is I'm gonna go ahead and add the class over here. Class equals to pass. I'll tell you later why I'm adding the class over here. Maybe we are going to use this class inside our SCSS file. Okay, and our label should be of type fixed. Don't forget to do that. Okay, fixed and fixed. Now don't forget to change from email to password. Okay, and it should be type should be password. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and save that. Now we're gonna complete our .html file, and then we're gonna work with the SCSS file. Now I'm gonna create the button. So button, and it should be of type ion button. We're gonna use this attribute ion button, and the button is of type lock. Okay, now I'll be telling the button on login. Okay, and it should be bold, so I'll be using B. Okay, so we have created our button successfully, and we're gonna create one paragraph which will be asking for user if you have forgot your credentials or the login details. You can get that by clicking over here, forgot your login details, sorry, Control Z, forgot your login details, and you can get it over here, get here. Okay, so we have created the buttons and paragraph. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna set the R right over here, and sorry R, and another thing which is left is see, here is our button and all those stuff, but we're gonna design it directly into our SCSS file. So right now it is looking weird, but we're gonna design it into our what's that SCSS file. Okay. Now the one thing left is the Facebook login. So div class equals to FB, and the text should be center, okay. And inside the FB class, I'm going to use the Ion icon, and the Ion icon is of type Facebook, so name equals to logo Facebook. Correct? Yeah, cool. And the text should be center, text center. Okay. Right over here, I'm going to say that login or sign up with Facebook. Okay, so here we have completed our home.html file right over here, but it is looking so weird right now, but we're gonna make it superb looking app or the login screen by writing the best part of our tutorial, that is SCSS. So let's dive inside that SCSS, and from here we're gonna target our inputs class, that is the whole class. This is our whole class which will be treated as an input. So input and inputs. Make sure you're not making a mistake in the class name. Inputs, and right over here inputs. Okay, now I'm going to set the input position to be absolute, and make sure that it should be displayed as a block. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to tell my input to be it should be 50% from the top. So top 50%. Let's see how it looks like. Okay. And something in Android, it has been went into the out of the screen. Let's go ahead and fix that, and from the left it should be 50%. Okay, so it should be transform and translate, the same thing which we have written somewhere over here. Transform and translate, -50. Okay, and we're gonna set the width to the 80%. Width should be up to 80%, so they will be not taking the whole width of the screen. Okay, now let's go ahead and check. So we have created this same looking text box as before, but they are having their native colors inside that. Okay, but with all their native colors inside that, we're gonna make it more beautiful by just changing their colors and opacities. So to change their colors and opacities, what we're gonna do is we're gonna give the color to the hash that is white, hash FFF, and we're gonna change the opacity of that particular all the stuff which is inside the inputs class. So opacity, where is it? Opacity to somewhat up to 0.6. Okay, now we have changed the opacity of the inputs, but still what we're going to do is we're going to target the ion items, that is text box and the password, to look more better. See, I have changed the opacity and they have changed their opacity, but not the colors. Now to change the colors, what we're gonna do is we're gonna target the items of that is ion item, that is text box and the button, so, and the labels too. So to do that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna target the ion items by just typing the ion item tag. So we have target the ion item. So the background, ion item background should be something white. No, I'm going to set the background to be transparent. So background transparent, and here also make sure that you're going to override the CSS property of the ion item, so you're going to use the important. Okay, and background, now I'm going to change the border, or I'm going to add the border, that is 1 pixel, solid, and it should be of white color. Okay, and make sure we're gonna override the property of the ion item, so you should use important. If you're not going to use the important, then this ion item is not going to override. It will be taking the default or the native CSS which is written for them from the style.css file. So the border is done right now, and yeah, you can see I have made it transparent, and the email and password and the border are just looking beautiful. But still, what we're gonna do is we're gonna change the email and password color and the login button color. To do that, we're gonna target the ion input, input, because the input, what I'm giving over here as an input, it is of black color, but I don't want it to be in a black color, it should be in a white color. So what I'm gonna do is ion input, I'm gonna color to hash FF. Okay, correct. And another thing that I'm going to use a ion label. I'm going to change the ion label color to ion LA. What's that? LABEL. Okay, ion label, and I'm going to change the color to that is of hash FFF. Okay, let's go ahead and check whether it's working or not. Okay, we have changed the color for iOS, but it's not getting changed in the Android. So remove this bug. We're going to override the color of the label, that is important. Okay, and there is one small bug. I don't know are you people able to see or not. The small bug is that when I just click, or when I just hover over, or when I just click on the input, can you see a blue line is selected over here? we will try to remove that. So to remove that, inside the Ion item, I'm going to create, or I'm going to target the item inner class, and I'm going to set the border to 0. Okay, so this will be removing the border of the inner item of the Ion input. Let's see. Okay, it's not there anymore. It has been gone. Okay, now we're gonna change the color of button right over here. So to do that, we're gonna target the button tag. So button. Okay, button, and I'm going to give the position of the button to be absolute. Position absolute, and display block, and I'm going to say that top, from top, top. That should be 50%. Maybe this is not required. Let's see what happened. If I'm taking my button to be inside the input, then this is not required. Okay, but I'm going to change the background. We'll check out after creating the, or after changing the color of the button. We'll try to remove all these 3 property, and we'll see that our button is on the same position or not. Okay, let's try. So background, it should be of white, and make sure you're going to override that. So you're going to use that important. Okay, and obviously the border, it should be 1 pixel, and it should be of solid, and again a white. HFF, box shadow, should be something. See, why I'm setting the box shadow to the 0% is because in iOS there is no shadow for the button, but in Android there is a shadow, and I don't want that shadow. I want to remove that shadow, so I'm using the box shadow to the 0 pixels. Okay, and the color of my what is that, on the text which is present on the button, I should change. I'll just show you the bug why I'm going to why I need to change the color of that particular thing. I'll just show you the bug right over here. Because the color of the text and the color of the background are same, so that's the reason I need to change the color to something gray. Okay, and to change it to the gray, I'm going to use something color to hash, I guess 9A, sorry, hash 9A 9595. This is gonna work for me, so I'll be able to see the text which is present inside the color, and I'm going to override it, so don't forget to use the important. Okay, now almost we are done with our app, and I'm going to give the color to my paragraph tag also. I think there is no need to give the paragraph tag to the color for paragraph tag, because it's coming inside the inputs, and input is already having the color of white. So let's go ahead and check how it's look like. Okay, so here we have completed our app that is having a beautiful login screen. And now if you want, you can change anything or you can modify by it yourself. So I hope you guys like this video. If you really like this video, don't forget to subscribe my channel, and don't forget to hit that like button, because your comments, your subscription, and your like to my video motivate me to make more beautiful videos and to share my knowledge. And make sure, if you get any kind of error or if you need any kind of help regarding the Ionic, you can contact me at hasnen712@live.com, or you can catch me on Facebook, or you can catch me on Instagram, or you can catch me on the discussion tab. So I'll be helping you if you need any kind of help. So till that, I'm signing off. Take care. I'll meet you in my next video with a new content. Bye bye. Take care.